Good afternoon to you, the members of the press. First acknowledge with thanks your presence to cover proceedings at the last function of our colleague and dear sister Sara Eperu, who has just been laid to rest. Sara was a unique person in being a natural leader with unbelievable courage and intelligence. As you've heard in the testimonies, I think she's about the only person in Uganda that I have seen who can speak literally any language of Uganda and speak it fluently, as if she's one of them. She was very principled, was very focused in everything that she did. I was told that in Teso, men are normally succeeded by men. The heir of the head of a family is normally a man who succeeds his father. It's rare that Sara was the successor, was the heir of her father, and has been therefore the head of the home. That talks to her natural ability and leadership. And so, as you know, there has been a controversy in our party for some time now, in fact, since the last election. And in that controversy, Sara's position was very, very clear. She condemned what had happened. And her last touch with the party was very, very painful, not just to her, but to all of us and anybody who knew her, because she was already very unwell. She would only actually move with assistance of a chair. And she was driven to our headquarters at Najanankumbi. She was denied entry. Her driver was arrested and beaten. So she was helplessly left there because she couldn't move her. It was herself, it was the driver who could only move her. Eventually she pleaded that they give her even a place for convenience, for a short call. And they shouted at her that let her buy Pampers. So her last experience with the party was that of humiliation. And I think that advised her communication with her family. She, in her communication with her family, told them all this, the pain she had suffered. And she indicated that if she passed, we should be called in to give her the final send-off. This was not our making, it was her will, which was passed on to us by her family. And of course you have heard what has transpired since then. You know, they contacted one member of the family and offered to buy or to pay for the funeral services, A+. And the member of the family that was contacted graciously accepted the offer. But clearly they had no good intention. Because when you make an offer to a deceased family, it's a contribution to the family. It's not, you don't attach conditions to it. So what happened is what you had again, the family report, that They went to Mulago and picked the body without the knowledge of the family and took it. And the family went to Mulago and couldn't find the body, and there was confusion. Eventually that was sorted out at the church service. The people who bought the coffin of Naja ordered that they should not allow the body to go to Katonga, where there was a function again agreed upon by the family and everyone. So until actually some of our members brought an alternative transport and said, where things are now, take your A+, give us our body so that we can give it the send-off that she will. And eventually, anyway, they came to Katonga, we had a function. Today I didn't expect that there would be drama here. So we came, the program was proceeding well until the last moments when the commotion arose. Up to now, frankly, I don't know what the controversy is, because I have heard somebody say that they were protesting that they were not on the list to speak, but there was the two MPs who were, the local MP, the woman MP, were on the program to make speeches. My brother, the Honorable Patrick Amriat, was on the program to make a speech. So I really, up to now, don't know what the confusion was all about. I've been told that it seems the only thing was that they didn't want me to speak. If that was even the case, maybe they should have mentioned it, because as I said at Katonga, I said two things. First, that Sara is no longer here. Sara went away 1 week ago. She's not with us. This is a body. We are just talking to ourselves. We can talk to ourselves even if the body is not there. We can continue to talk to ourselves. And second, I said, you see, the reason all this arose is because our people think that you can service somebody when she's already dead. You know, burying somebody is not what we are doing today. It's looking after them when they are alive. And I think that was Sarah's protest, that she was not looked after when she was alive. She was humiliated when she was alive. And you know, whatever humble contribution we made to her treatment, I think that is all that she was keen to honor in her death. Now, whatever contributions we made to her treatment, we are not making it with any condition. We were just contributing to our colleague who was unwell, just like we do to many, including those who get well and beat us and do whatever. But you know, in life we don't serve, we don't help each other so that you may be thanked. We help each other because it's the right thing to do. And so it's very sad. I'm very, very disappointed, and we are all disappointed that the event ended up as it has. This is our family. The Eperu family will forever be our family. Whether Sara is there or not, we shall always connect with the family. Politics aside, as friends, Sarah was a friend to me, with or without politics, and the family will remain our friends and comrades, with or without politics. So the other sad thing maybe that I can comment on is the whole destruction of our mission, because the mission of FDC is a liberation mission to end slavery in our country, because we are captives of Mr. Museveni and his family. That is the bottom line. He owns Uganda, he controls it like he wants. People are dying without health care when we pay huge amounts of taxes. You know, kids can't go to schools, and so there is an emergency we need to solve in our country. It's urgent. It's very, very urgent that we get out of this condition. So the worst thing that we can do to our country is to spend time bickering amongst ourselves rather than dealing with where the problem lies. And this is why, for me, I Rwanda Museveni. So it's not an FDC war. It's a Ugandan war of those who are oppressed. And the sooner we forget, you know, this is why I believe some of these are Museveni tactics to divert us from dealing with him. You know, confusing UPC, confusing DP, confusing NUP. Now they are in NUP, confusing NUP, so that we keep on arguing with each other. We are not focusing on where the problem lies. I hope that our brothers, all of us, can realize that FDC is not the solution to Uganda's problem. FDC alone will not solve Uganda's problem. So whether you call yourself Naja, Naja or Katonga or DP or NUP, the idea now must be to simply get together and deal with those who captured our country, so that we can live in a free country. You know, and there are now contradictions at different levels. I have a quarrel with many of our MPs now, because MPs seem to think that we are in politics as usual. Many of our MPs, when I see them, it seems like they think we are in politics as usual. This is not politics as usual. We are at war to get out of enslavement. And so it's not scoring, you know, whether you are on the list to speak or what. Even if I don't speak, I have many occasions to speak. You know, in the world, it's not that even here in Cologne, you come back and speak. I mount my own platform and talk. We don't have to speak on a funeral to give our messages. So it's sad that confusion has been brought in the process of sending away our dearest sister. But we are glad at least that we have escorted her to her final resting place. We have planted a tree in memory, a fruit tree in memory of her life, that it will grow and bear fruit like she was fruitful. And for us, those are important, the most important elements of our coming here. To be with the family, to pay our last respects, to put our memorial, and to continue praying for her. And we shall continue praying that she continues to rest in peace until we meet. It's not just my task. It is as your task as it is mine. Unless, I don't know if you developed cancer now, where you will get treatment from. You who is asking these questions, you know? If you had cancer now with your camera, you will go to hospital and die. So this is not a job. I was a medical doctor, I was not a politician. I had to leave the hospital so that I can get a country that can treat me if I become sick. Because even doctors, if you get sick, you die. Because there is no help. There is only one cancer institute in the whole country with patients in the compound.